All right, welcome to the Rocky Mountain Arsenal National Wildlife Refuge. I want to acknowledge that we are gathered on the ancestral lands of the Ute, Arapaho, Cheyenne, and Lakota and Dakota tribes. Thank you to Deputy Secretary Beaudreau and Governor Polis for choosing our wildlife refuge to make this historic announcement on the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law funding for wildfire resiliency. National wildlife refuges are truly hidden jewels of the Department of Interior. Our wildlife refuges are places where wildlife thrive and people can reconnect with nature. I encourage each of you to come back and visit your wildlife refuge. It sits just a few miles from downtown Denver. You will have the opportunity to see hundreds of species of wildlife, including bison, eagles, our nation's most endangered black-footed ferrets, and you are welcome here because this is truly a refuge for all. I'm excited that we are here today to discuss wildfire resiliency. Resiliency is what is needed. Bipartisan infrastructure law funding will help us better prepare communities and ecosystems against the threat of wildland fire by making historic investments in forest restoration, hazardous fuels management, and post-wildfire restoration activities. This covers our forest, our grasslands, like behind us, as well as investing in our federal firefighters. This work is especially important to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service by helping us protect our refuges and the surrounding communities from unwanted wildfire, as well as strategically targeting fuels treatments through prescribed fire, mechanical and chemical applications. So, again, thank you for being here, and I want to introduce Governor Jared Polis, a true conservation leader, longtime ally of our national wildlife refuges. The governor was just re-elected to serve Coloradans for another 4 years. We could not be happier to continue working with the governor to create healthy landscapes where wildlife and people thrive.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, David. Thank you for hosting us today. I'm so glad to be here with Deputy Secretary Beaudreau and welcome him to Colorado. You know, in the West, fires are an unfortunate reality. And over the years with a hotter, drier climate, we've seen a longer fire season. In fact, we're approaching the one-year anniversary of the most destructive fire in the history of our state, the Marshall Fires from Boulder County. We also had the 3 largest wildfires in the history of our state in the summer of 2020. So longer, drier, hotter, and that means our preparation and response capacity needs to be more than ever before to meet the challenge. And as the state level, we've doubled down on effective mitigation efforts. We've bolstered our state response tools, including purchase of Firehawk helicopters, leased tanker capacity, essential equipment, and supporting local fire response efforts as well. One program we're particularly excited about is the Colorado Strategic Wildfire Action Program, which trains Youth Corps members to clear brush and other fire fuel, which helps small fires avoid becoming destructive large fires. And I'm proud that this program has already supported 44 projects, 3,600 key acres treated, community perimeter defense, as well as trained 181 young people, mostly 19, 20, 21, various ages, that some of whom will go on to careers in this area. And we're excited about the opportunity to invest even more to do the important work of fire mitigation. Every resource we put towards preventing fires and containing fires is important. Of the 541,732 acres burned in the 3 largest fires in the history of our state that I mentioned in 2020, 455,000 of those were federal land. That's about 80%. So that shows the importance of partnering with the federal government in Colorado, the importance of federal response, investment, and prevention efforts in this kind of partnership that we're celebrating today. One of the greatest challenges, of course, in doing the mitigation work is also the workforce issues. With this new funding, we'll support the next generation of wildland fire managers and support broader conservation efforts. The infrastructure law also provides key funding to help us prepare for the impacts of climate change. Building on the foundation we've laid with the Office of Climate Preparedness, we're joined by the Director, Jonathan Asher of that office. We're also joined by our Department of Transportation Executive Director, Shoshana Liu, joining us today for this exciting work on elevating the partnership and investment of federal funds in fire mitigation efforts in Colorado. The infrastructure law has critical funding that really helps us prepare for an uncertain future, and that'll help prevent wildfires, climate adaptation, preparing our state and country for the impacts of climate change in 5, 10, 20 years. That work will be coordinated through our Office of Climate Preparedness. In 2022, we were fortunate to avoid large fires like the ones we've seen, but it's not a matter of if, it's simply a matter of when. Whether it's 23 or 24 or 25, the people of Colorado need to know there will be another significant fire risk season, and we want to be more ready than ever before for whatever nature will throw at us. Our partnership with the federal government is a key part of that, and we look forward to this collaborative work. As you know, we're announcing today, and Secretary Beaudreau is joining us, the first allocation in the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law for 2023 funding, $228 million nationally. Department of Interior is providing more than $7 million of new funding to Colorado in fiscal year 2023 to reduce wildfire risk, improve fire regime condition class in the wildland urban interface on federal and Indian forest and rangelands. The Rocky Mountain Arsenal, where we are today, received more than $100,000 that will support hiring youth. So both addressing the workforce issue, training young people to do this important work, and also having a demonstrable impact on reducing fire risks in this area. We expect that 52 projects will be funded thanks to this new investment announced today. And with that, I am so excited to introduce the Deputy Secretary, Tommy Beaudreau.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you so much, Governor Polis. The Interior Department and the federal family has no greater partner in conservation and stewardship of our public lands than the state of Colorado and you, Governor. So thank you. And thank you, David, from the Fish and Wildlife Service, for your remarks. I had the pleasure this morning of spending some time here at Rocky Mountain Arsenal looking at the work of one of the true urban wildlife refuges in the United States, which is a very special set of stewardship responsibilities. And I couldn't be prouder of the staff here. What makes Rocky Mountain Arsenal special is, one, the restoration work that has happened here. I think many of you know the history of this space, of this landscape. Part of what is exciting about Rocky Mountain Arsenal is taking that use and converting it, restoring it, rehabilitating it to support wildlife and to support the local communities here. What also makes Rocky Mountain Arsenal so special is that it is integrated into the community, and in particular the underserved communities in this area. And it's very much top of mind for David and the entire staff here that key to the mission is introducing and welcoming and supporting community involvement in wildlife habitat, in restoration, and in nature to help develop the next generation of stewards of our public lands. And that is a very special mission. Part of what comes with that is protecting our landscapes from emerging threats driven by climate change, and that includes the threat of wildland fire. As the governor talked about, here we are almost a year away from the Marshall Fire, which was incredibly destructive, happened in the dead of winter, which I think was a shock to all of us, but is an indication of what's going on in our planet and on our landscapes. And that followed from, again, the more devastating fires in Colorado in terms of acres burned in 2020. And so what do we have to do to deal with these threats? Part of what we're working through is the historic investments provided to us by the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, championed by your federal representatives in Congress, including Bennett and Hickenlooper, and the congressional delegation, to provide the federal family, USDA, Interior Department, and others with the resources necessary to face these threats. And that includes thinking about wildfire in a new way. We'll always be focused on suppression. You look at the wildland urban interface here and how close these lands are to communities. Of course, suppression is always going to be important. When fires break out, we need to throw resources necessary to combat those fires. But a truly strategic and sophisticated and needed approach to wildland fire is to think about the entire cycle, and that includes treatment up front, the work that the governor described that we're investing in to do prescribed burns, to do treatments, to get young people out on the landscape dealing with invasive species like cheatgrass, which fuel fires, in order to prevent them and to mitigate on the front end fire potential. And we'll deal with suppression, but on the back end, burned area recovery is incredibly important too. And we had the opportunity this morning to look at some of the work that's going on with the Fish and Wildlife Service in partnership with the state and with local communities to deal with areas that have been burned. You got to get on top of that problem. You've got to reintroduce native species and treat burned area, because that is incredibly susceptible to advancing invasive species once an area has been burned. And so part of the resiliency strategy has to be to invest in burned area recovery as well, and there are some great examples of that happening right here. And so as part of these efforts, today we're announcing $228 million investment from the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law to support wildland fire management across the United States for fiscal year 2023. And as the governor said, $7 million of that will go right here to this area, supporting 52 projects here in Colorado. And a big portion of those will be supported by youth, by kids getting out on the landscape, working in communities, and protecting their communities while at the same time learning about stewardship on the landscape. So these resources are vital to prevent future fires, rehabilitate burned areas, and properly equip our brave firefighters who work on the front lines. So right here at the Rocky Mountain Arsenal, in one of the most beautiful settings in the United States, as I mentioned, these new resources will be used to develop new youth crews to focus on improving fire resiliency. So I couldn't be more happy and more proud to join you, Governor, and David, and the entire Fish and Wildlife Service staff here at the Refuge today to announce these important investments and look forward to our continued partnership. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions?
How soon
Yes.
can Coloradans start seeing these dollars being put to work?
Yeah, so it's for fiscal year 23, the awards today. So effectively, those would start being used next summer. Is when those will start being deployed. A lot of the work is seasonal as well, so there would not be work over winter. It's largely summer work, and a lot of the youth that do it are students, and they train for a couple months. There's supervisor positions that are year round that are usually involved as well. And if I say anything that you want to add, just correct, just say so. Yes. That's it.
Other questions? Sure. So you mentioned the Marshall Fire. Are any
Yeah.
projects specifically at Front Range grassland areas as opposed to forest areas?
Yeah, I don't know if today we didn't release the 52 projects, right? So at some point in the near future, we'll be releasing those projects.
Governor, understanding that fire is a natural part of the cycle and climate change, accelerating all those things, how will Coloradans know that these projects are successful?
Yeah, I mean, look, we know that the impact of perimeter defense and taking down shrubs and trees and grasslands and fuel near structures can have. The fires will be large, and of course, the over 500,000 acres that burned was devastating, but the amount of structures destroyed and lives torn apart was a fraction of the much smaller fire in the Marshall Fire in Boulder County. So while, of course, we're upping the bar on attacking fires, preventing small fires from becoming large, upgrading equipment, it's also important to have defense perimeters. So when we have these fire events, we're able to better protect communities, commercial, homes, and property that are in and around the wildland-urban interface. Thank you all so much. Tommy, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.